What's going on, beautiful people? Thank you for tuning in and watching. I appreciate your appreciation of my videos and my rants. And we're gonna talk about the two gods that we all worship, the false gods that we all worship globally. Every person, right? The two gods are the past and the future. We all worship the past and the future. We all worship two false gods. We forget the one true God, the present moment. That is the one true God. And these religious fanatics and nutheads that take everything in those religious texts so seriously. These are all metaphors. The one true God is the present moment. That's the one true God. The one true God is love. The one true God is the present moment, which is love is found in the present moment. Okay, you're not gonna find love in the future and the past. That's attachment. That's clinging. Okay, you're gonna find love, the one true God, in the present moment. That's the one true God. Okay, stop taking all this shit so literally. So let's talk about the first false god, the past. Many people are stuck in their past. They are living the present and by default the future based on a past experience that they've had, a memory. So many people, men and women, they have like a negative view of the opposite sex because they've had a bad experience with someone from the opposite sex at some point in their past. In the past, the present, and the future are just ways for us to experience ourselves as humans. They're all illusion. It's all the same. It's all happening at the same time. It's all an illusion. But we experience that illusion. It is necessary. It's a necessary illusion for us to experience. So it's just, the past is like, now I've experienced that thing in my past, in my character's development, and that's behind me. But if I'm holding on to the memory of that, then now I'm carrying shit from the past. I'm worshiping a false god that's completely taking me out of the true God, the one true God. And it's also creating a future based on that memory. What is the past when you think about it? The past is a memory. We live in an information-based reality. This is a matrix. It's all digital. I am digital. You're digital. Everything is zeros and ones. And the way reality works is a lot like the way computers work. Your brain, your mind is the computer. Your brain is the computer. And it stores and processes information. So your past is just an information stream. And it could be information like, I dated this person, or I had this experience, or I experienced depression, I experienced joy, I experienced sadness, blah, blah, blah. Your computer stores all of that. But much like a computer, you can delete stuff, you can take stuff to the trash can, and then you can empty the trash can. It's just like a computer. In the same way, if you have some past memories. What's going on, guys?
Hello.
How you doing? No, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good. You guys have a good day, huh?
Me too.
Just like you can take something on your computer and put it in a trash can and then empty the trash can forever, you can do the same thing. You have this past thing here. You can empty it. You can put it in the trash can and you can delete it forever. And that's it. And that's it. You can do that. You can do that. You are the programmer. You are the hacker. You have that kind of power. But you just got to learn how. You got to understand that all your past experiences are memories. And let me add something. They're fading memories. I remember, I'm 26, right? If I look back 8 years ago, I used to date this chick. It's like a fading memory now, man. Like, I barely remember anything. Like, if I have to sit down and really, really, like, concentrate on remembering stuff, but it's a fading memory. It was a beautiful memory at the time. It was nice, right? There were some beautiful moments, and that's the present. That's the one true God. But that's gone now. That's gone. It's fading memory. Good or bad doesn't matter. It's a fading memory. So when you realize something, you realize all your past is just fading memories. It's memories. Everything that is in the past is a memory now. And it's a fading memory, may I say. It's when you take one memory, and especially if it's a bad memory, that's the tendency, and you cling on to that thing, and you identify with it. You're now identifying with your past. This is a bad memory. It happened to me. This is me. This is who I am. Then you run into trouble, because now you're no longer in the present moment. You're no longer here now, looking at the possibilities of now, the possibilities of the present moment, novelty and spontaneity. You're now clinging on to something in the past. That is, if you just let it go, let it be, it's a fading memory. Everything fades. Everything's gone. Nothing lasts. That's the truth. That's the truth. This too shall pass. I'm going to get a tattoo. My first tattoo. It's going to be on my left arm. This too shall pass. Everything passes. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. It's all a memory. Me making this video. You know what? I've made over 1,000 videos now on YouTube. Not over 1,000, sorry. 800. Gonna be 1,000 soon. I can't fucking tell you I remember making the videos. I don't remember making the videos. They got made. I don't even know how they got made. I can't fucking sit down here and tell you, oh, I was feeling this, this, and this, and I thought about this topic, and I made this topic. That's a fading memory now. That's gone. That's past me now, right? That's completely past me. That's completely gone. Uncle Tone! Hey! You know, you gotta be in this video. I gotta show you guys Uncle Tony.
It's an ugly guy. We do it when I'm all nice and dressed up.
No, it doesn't matter. That's Uncle Tony. Uncle Tony. Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
How do you live this life? Beautiful. Sunny day, 12 o'clock. He goes for his walk. Young ladies all over the place with his camera.
Right. Well, man. You know, we talk about this before, right? You create your own reality.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no.
You create your own reality. I'm gonna pause this for a second, guys, because I want to talk to Uncle Tone. That was Uncle Tone. Uncle Tone is one of my favorite people. He's like a character out of The Sopranos, okay, or out of like The Godfather or Goodfellas, but in a very philosophical, gangster, spiritual way, right? So he's like Tony Soprano. A spiritual Tony Soprano, if that makes any sense. A philosophical Tony Soprano. So anyway, I was talking about the past, I was talking about the future, right? And it's been a long conversation, so I kind of lost myself here. If I remember what I was talking about, is the past is a memory, right? And we talked about, okay, we can put it in a trash can, empty trash can, done deal, stay right here, move forward from the place of the present moment. The way to do that is to relive that past moment that you dreadfully fear or don't want to deal with or makes you uncomfortable, right? Is feel it. Meaning, like, let's say, you know, for me, let's take me as an example. I got beaten up a lot by my dad. So that hurt me for a long time. So instead of avoiding it, and you know what it was happening? The memory of me being beaten up and humiliated as a kid and as I was growing up, it was projecting into my future, because then I started to look out for fights. I started to want to engage in violence. I basically wanted to take out everything that happened to me as a kid, all the beatings of my dad, out onto the world. And so I got in a lot of fights growing up, but I had this worldview that men should always fight amongst each other and should always try to assert their dominance. And it's because I was hanging on to a memory now, which is me being beaten up. That memory is shaping my present moment and is shaping my worldview and therefore shaping my future, which is, I think the world is a place for conflict, for men to go and fight amongst each other and get in conflicts with each other. That was the world I lived in, I grew up in. It was causing my present moment and my future. Until I realized I no longer have to hang on to that past memory. It's a memory now. It's a fading memory. That's it. Why should I let it affect my future? Why should I let it affect my worldview, my belief system? Why can't I just let it go? And the way for me to let it go is to feel it and experience it again, relive it again. And that caused me tears, lots and lots of tears, right? Lots and lots. I mean, you feel humiliated, right? Caused me a lot of tears. I felt them. I felt the pain of being beaten up. I felt the pain of being humiliated like that. Now, I can just delete that forever. And the way I can delete that forever out of the trash can is to forgive and to let go. Forgive. So in my mind, I made the conscious choice. I forgive my dad. In fact, he got beaten up by his dad. And he thought this is how you raise kids. I mean, he got beaten the fuck out of by his dad. And he was just simply replicating a pattern. He didn't know any better. He just didn't know any better. As simple as that. So in my mind, I forgive my dad. And the minute I made that shift consciously to forgive my dad for doing that, I used to have, up until a few years ago, dreams of my dad beating the fuck out of me in my dreams. This shit affects you for life, man. But when I made the conscious choice to relive it, feel it, experience the tears, express the pain, then I make the conscious choice. I forgive and I let go. Then, now whenever I see my dad in dreams, he's like ideal in the dream. He's like a very kind-hearted man. And he's become better as he aged. He's become a very, like, a lot more kind, a lot more understanding. But in my psyche, that wasn't allowed to happen until I was able to relive the past experience, the past moment that was basically shaping my present and my future. And then say, I forgive, I let go. This is a past now. It's a memory. I choose to just let it go. And that's very liberating because now you realize I was worshiping a false god, the past. I don't have to anymore. You can do the same thing if you've had like a shitty relationship with someone, right? And now this is your worldview. This is shaping your present, it's shaping your future. And you can say, well, you caused me a lot of pain. You broke my heart. You cry. And then you're like, but you know what? I forgive you. I forgive you. Forgiveness is liberating, guys. Forgiveness is liberating. Forgiveness and letting go of the past. Understanding that it's just memory and it's fading memory by that, okay? If you just let it go, if you just like let it go, it's gonna fade, man. If you're really here in the present moment, it's gonna fade. Everything fades. Everything just passes. Everything just it goes. It just goes on its own, right? Don't cling on to this, right? Don't let the past affect your future. Don't worship the false god. Worship the one true God, the present moment. Now the future. That's the other God we worship. The nature of this reality we live in, it's probability based, right? Everything is probability. You can create your own future by manipulating the probability of the present moment. But you cannot predict with any certainty your future. However, if you're worried about the future, you're using worry and you're using fear. That worry and that fear increases the likelihood, increases the probability, increases the chances of you having a shitty future. You relaxing in the present moment, you surrendering to the present moment, you being in love with the present moment, increases the likelihood, increases the probability of your future being a future that you would like to experience more of. A beautiful future, a bright future, a wonderful future. Meaning, you can speculate all you want about your future. But most of it, most of your speculations will not come to pass. And that is the truth. That is the bitter truth. Most of your speculations about the future will not come to pass. And even if they come to pass, they will not come to pass as you have expected them, as you have planned for them. You might have a certain outcome like, I want to meet this person and I want to get in a relationship with this person, right? And you're going to get there eventually, but you don't know how. If you spend all your time saying, man, I feel needy because I don't have this person that loves me that I love. I don't have the perfect relationship right now. You know, I don't have the ideal partner, the ideal lover. You know that worry that you have in the present moment, that lack, that vibration of lack, that vibration of neediness that you're experiencing in the present moment carries on to the future. And the probability of you finding that someone decreases because you're in the present right now, you feel there is lack. But if you're here fully in the present moment, there's no lack. It's full. It's rich. The present moment is rich. It's intense. Man, it's intense. It's where novelty happens, spontaneous action happens, creativity happens. The one true God is the present moment. That's where love is. Understanding that most things in the future, most of your thoughts about the future will not come to pass, grounds you in the present moment. Now, you want a better future. I want a better future. And the best way, the best predictor, if you want to know the truthfully, the best predictor of the future, simply put, it's the present moment. Because even your future is a present moment. You see? It's your future. Everything is a present moment. Your future is a present moment. When it's happening in the future, it's happening in the present. Meaning in the future outcome that you want to have happen, when it's happening in the present moment. And the best predictor for the future is how you feel in the present moment. If you feel love in the present moment, you're gonna fucking create more love in the future. If you feel happiness in the present moment, you're gonna create more happiness in the future. If you feel despair in the present moment and you cling on to the despair and the depression and the past memory, you're gonna create that in the future. So the future is the other false god. Constantly thinking about the future, constantly thinking about a future outcome, or if this happens, if this doesn't happen. That's a false god. If you want a good future, I mean, clearly, when you're thinking about the future, if you're worried about the future, you're worried that something's not gonna go my way, I'm not gonna get that job, it's because you want to experience a nice, beautiful present moment in the future, which is, I have the beautiful job, I have the perfect relationship, etc. How do you expect to experience that if you can't even experience the present moment right now? Of course you're worried about the future not being perfect because you can't even experience the present moment right now. You can't even be happy with what's happening right now. So you're worried that in the future you're not going to be happy. Well, because you're not happy right now in the present moment, of course you're not going to be happy in the future. That's a false god you're worshiping. In the same way, when you say, I will be happy when this, and this happens. I can say, I will be happy when I have 1 million subscribers. You know, I'm worshiping a false god because now I am giving away my happiness in the present moment for a future outcome. False god. Do I want to increase the probability of me getting to 1 million subscribers? How do I increase the probability? I'll tell you how. By being fully present in making this video. That's how I increase the probability of me reaching 1 million subscribers. I increase my presence. I increase my vibration in the present moment. That automatically increases the present moment in the future, because in the future I'll be still experiencing it in the present moment. By being more present here, then my future's probability of being brighter, more present, more full, more intense will increase on its own. The present moment has its own momentum that carries into the future. So it's a false god, because most of the things you think about in the future will not happen, or will not happen the way you think they're gonna happen. Forget about it. Forget about the future. As Uncle Tony would say, forget about it. Forget about it. That's it. No future, no past. How can I make myself happier in the moment? Oh, gratitude. Oh man, it's a beautiful sunny day. Thank you. Thank you for the sun. Thank you for the trees. I'm feeling very healthy. Thank you for health. You grateful. You start to feel good about what you have right now. You start to feel good about today. You start to feel good about now. Oh man, I have 100,000 subscribers on my fitness channel. And I have 3,500 subscribers on my new channel, and it's increasing very quickly. But right now I have 3,500 people. And it's amazing. And I'm making videos. And it's beautiful. There we go. What do I have now? I feel good about it. I'll get more of it in the future, right? Instead of constantly saying, when I have 1 million subscribers. Or when this happens. It's like, no. There's a lot of shit right now that I can be happy for. Right here, the sun on its own, right? Oh, I'm so happy. You see? So, what I'm trying to say is, work on being more present. Let's stop this false worship of false gods, the past and the future, and worship the one true God in the present moment, in the now, right here. Gratitude, breathing. That's it. God bless you all, guys. I love every single one of you. But don't forget to subscribe, or you're gonna sleep with the fishes.